What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Hope Shot. I hope you guys are having a great Sunday. Hope you had a great weekend, Valentine's Day. Not everybody enjoyed the weekend, but a lot of people did, If you guys just jumping on, say what's up, let us know you're here. I'm going to read the clarity statement, which I'm not even prepared to do that, but I'm going to find it and do it.
You're Caesar when you need him.
I know, man.
Hey, I saw him today.
Did you?
Yeah. When we went to Kim's baptism.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Claire.
Yeah.
I have to spell it right in order to get it. There we go. All right. We here at the Hope Shot are a group of people in recovery spreading inspiration. We come from all different walks of life and pathways of recovery. Our verbiage may be different at times, but we all have one thing in common. Recovery is a lifestyle. We support all pathways of recovery. It doesn't matter how you get from A to Z, just get there. And thank you for being a part of our family. All right, man. We were on here earlier. We got Jeremy, Nathan. What's up, y'all? Chris.
What's up, buddy?
What's up, Chris?
We are on here earlier, throwing around ideas. That's how we do things on Sunday. We throw around ideas, figure out something that we want to talk about for today. Something that we go throughout the week. I mean, we're not the most spiritual people in the world sometimes, but sometimes we are. But it's like, what have we experienced throughout this week that maybe it's something that we can share upon that we've seen multiple instances. And so this week we're going to be talking about it is an inside job. And I think that's good because Valentine's Day, right? Valentine's Day. We want this external happiness to make us feel whole, and that just doesn't happen. And at first, when we put down the drugs and alcohol, we are left with our own devices. That means we are stripped of everything we thought that made us happy. And in that same sentence, we're getting back our emotions. We're getting back all the things. At first, it's not going to be this pretty picture, but then you start getting that pink cloud. And everything starts being awesome, and everything is awesome. And then life starts hitting, and then you might get some things back. You might get the job, man. You might get the girlfriend, the kids, you might get a nice car. But what happens when that happiness and those things lose their substance? They're what that newness got you, then what, and that's what the inside job is all about, man, because reaching for something to find true happiness, and that's just not going to happen. That it's an inside job where we can find contentment, where we can find security, where we can find nurturing, we can find all of it. But we have to dig in, and most of us don't like that. I mean, I don't want to do it. The work I have to do to make myself better is always the last thing on the block. You know what I mean? We all know that. Like, it's the last thing to happen. Like, I'll do all the things. I'll build whole houses. But then I have to sit there and do step work and get inside myself. Man, sometimes, not all the time. Sometimes I'm like, man, let's do this. I'm ready because the pain got great enough, But then in other times, man, I get comfortable, get complacent. And then next thing you know, it is the last thing that I even want to look at. When I know that's the only thing, that's the one thing that's going to help me grow. It's just like we always say, man, it was, NA, AA, whatever A's you are in. It's always the last house on the block, but it's the first thing that worked. It's crazy, right? So, I think that's what we all struggle with, man, is finding happiness and things and stuff. And I call it things and stuff, because it's the things and stuff, like the new clothes, Caesar says it's best. Kmart on the outside, Kmart on the inside, Gucci on the outside. I was really good at polishing up my dirty ass. And but man, it is deeper. It's deep, man. We gotta dig in, and we gotta figure out, why do we keep doing the things we do? Why can't I be happy unless I have the things and stuff? So Nate, what you got on inside job?
Oh.
Run it.
Oh.
I could call him. You know what? You want to go Katie, bro?
Yeah.
Fine. So I was actually talking about this with somebody in treatment today at work, and he's like, I always have to have the girlfriend and the house and this and that, but I always keep relapsing. And I'm like, yeah, because you're looking for other things to make you happy. Like, you have to do the work inside of yourself. You're not going to be able to make anybody else happy if you're not happy, and you're just going to keep looking for outside things. And when that's not enough, then you just keep going back to the thing that like is going to like make you feel some kind of happiness, which unfortunately for us is like drugs and alcohol, right? Like for me, I had so much freaking anxiety when I first came in. I still have anxiety. I still have anxiety right now. But like I don't know, like I had to find something to help me fix it. Like I couldn't, like, drugs were not an option, and alcohol wasn't an option. And like for me, I can't take medication. So that wasn't an option either, for me. And so like I started working on myself. Like that's what I had to do. When I went into sober living, like I was like, I wanted to do all the things to fix myself, to get me back to my kids and my life and everything. And when I decided to stay, because I stayed in sober living for a year, but I had to fix myself, right? Like I had to finally make it about me. And by doing the step work and all that stuff, like I was able to let go of those resentments, man, like and all the baggage I've been carrying, right? Like, and look at myself and what's broken inside of me. And then after like I did some steps and stuff, I started doing some research about like different things I could do to help my anxiety. So like I started doing like EFT tapping and meditation and all these different things. And like now, like my anxiety is still there, but like when I wake up in the morning, sometimes my thoughts still attack me. Like they attack me. Like I'll wake up and it's like a machine gun of thoughts going off, just like da 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 da. And like I have to get up and I have to talk to God right then, because if not, my day is gonna be horrible. And I do EFT tapping every single morning, and I meditate every single morning, and I have to do those things and do my gratitude list. And like now, after doing all those things all the time, like I have peace within myself. Like I'm happy within myself. Do I have all the material things? No. I'm actually 2 years, 5 months clean today.
Woo.
And I don't have all the material.
Congrats.
You know what I mean? Like I don't. And that's okay though. Like I am content and happy with who I am and the mother that I am, and I'm fully present for my kids in all the moments. And that's all that really matters for me now. Like I don't need to have all those things because I have happiness and peace within me. Like I can sit with myself today. Like I can be in a room by myself and sit with myself. And I never used to be able to do that. Like I used to have to always be around somebody or like chasing the job, chasing the money, chasing being like on a good mom on the outside, right? But like I wasn't the best mom because I was still like I was drinking and I wasn't happy. I was miserable, like so like taking that time in that year to step back and work on myself was probably the best decision I ever made for me and my children. Because and staying out of relationship, like that too, right? Like it's like now I can build, like if I do get in a relationship, I can build on the fact that I'm content and happy with myself. So the person that I get with will just only add to that. You know what I mean? Like that's all I got.
Yeah, and that's so true. It's like the person that you're going to be with should add value to you, not necessarily all the value. It should be an extension, not the whole freaking piece of pie.
Right.
You know what I mean? And unfortunately, that's a lot of us, man. We're always searching for the outside stuff that person's going to fix me. that new job's gonna fix me. I remember chasing success. What do you think addiction to success is? Addiction to success. Well, what the podcast was when I first started, because I was chasing it, man. I chased the business owner, the title, the things, the house. And when I first got in recovery, 2020, I was gun ho on business, getting, right? And then I got married because I was like, oh, I'm going to get married, do all the things, because like I was a screw up for so long. So I had to catch up. And so I got married. I bought a house right after that. I worked myself to death doing that. Got the house. Still it wasn't enough. Like, and then I'm like, I wanted to get the things, like, and I remember getting, vehicles that I didn't really need at the time. I had a vehicle and I was just piling up debt, and then finally I was just like, what am I doing? What am I doing? I'm sitting here chasing stuff, and then, the whole thing fiasco started, and like the end of 2020, man, I had like all that stuff went down, and my friend told me one time, man, if you went nowhere else in your life, are you successful? And I had to really like ponder that. Like, yeah, I am. I'm not out here freaking running the streets, fucking pissing off my wife, and thumbs up to that. Yeah, it's an Apple thing, man, I haven't done that in a while,
Yeah.
But anyways,
I don't know if mine still works.
yeah.
Whoa.
No, I got to update.
No.
But I'm not out here freaking just doing dirt, man. I actually can look myself in the eye. I can be proud of who I am. Like, that's the juice, not the things and stuff, things and stuff. But yeah. And so yeah.
Candyland, right?
Yeah, Candyland. Jerry, what do you know about Candyland, bro?
Candyland, bro.
You know about Candyland.
I don't know, man. I got bored Candyland. Dude, I didn't even know who Bad Bunny was. That's how limited I am on media anymore.
Yeah, that's a good thing too. Sometimes,
It is. It's a great thing.
Longest time I thought
That's part of inside work.
Yeah, but like, and you also don't speak Spanish, so it'd be really no point.
I used to. I forgot so much.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
How do you used to?
Yeah.
I forgot a lot of it, man. I mean, I can remember some stuff here. I used to dream in Spanish.
Okay.
Me too, I guess.
I'm serious. Like, it's a weird thing to dream in a different language and wake up. Whoa. So,
All right.
Anyways.
What else you got on Inside Job, bro? Keep it going. Let's go.
Yeah. So, okay. I've got a couple thoughts after listening to both of you speak. I've noticed I can't do an inside job without other people around me to help me be reminded I have to do an inside job. Right? So it's like when I hear people say it's a selfish program. It's not a selfish program. It's a self-advocating program. Like, I have to advocate for this one. So how do I do that? I need a good network of people like you guys and everyone else who's going to keep me working on the inside job.
Yeah.
Like, how else would I possibly grow? How else would I possibly know how to navigate doing any of this work inside? Because I've tried living life solo and it doesn't work. Like, I'm not doing any inside work, just being by myself, which is what an oxymoron. You know what I mean? Like, the more I'm by myself, the less I'm doing things for myself.
Yeah.
It doesn't even make sense. But the more I'm around other people, the more work I can do and want to do for myself. And not in a selfish way, not going out to get mine for myself. I'm doing inside work to be the better version for myself. Because I've noticed The more people who want to play with you, interact with this one, there's no downside to that. There's no downside to more people wanting to play with you. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like what would be the downside to having more people want to engage with you? Like what a great problem to have. All I can do is keep working on myself in a way that's going to benefit others. So that takes a network, and it takes a network that's going to remind me to do that. And then I start seeing the rewards from that.
Yeah.
And there's another huge motivating factor. Like, wow, this keeps paying off in ways I don't need to know, in ways I didn't expect, in gifts I would never have even asked for because I couldn't imagine that thing happening. So like, let me keep doing that a little bit more. You keep doing that a little bit more. I mean, if you get better just 1% every day, that's a threefold increase by the end of the year. Like how much can change? How much reward could possibly show up after bettering myself 360% in a year? I have no idea.
Until you know.
Yeah. Until you're there. Like the start of 2025 was not like it is today.
No.
And that's 1 year. That's my first year sober. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I get outside of self to do inner work.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I think it's all practice. So like knowing all the things to do inner work is really cool. I knew a lot of that stuff I studied all of it for like 12 years. And I practiced none of it. Like I could teach you so much stuff that I read, tons of stuff that I've read, all of the books, all of the different philosophies, all of the different religions. I knew all of it. And until I got into a program, first time ever doing a program, first time ever knowing about AA or NA or anything or steps, I saw people practicing it, like actually walking in the things I knew so well, but had no one to talk to about those things without sounding like, know it all. And that, man, there's the perspective shift. Wow, people do know about this stuff, but they know it because they're practicing it. They don't know it because there's 1,001 books on it. I don't know. It showed up. So I think all of it's practice every day. All of it's practice. If I'm getting irritated, well, I'm practicing something. If I'm in my own thoughts, in my own bag, going nuts, I'm not practicing something. If I'm serving just to be of service, I am practicing something. If I'm dropping my ego and saying yes, okay, I can do that. I've seen all of it, everything in our programs through step work, network, sponsoring, being sponsored. It's just all of it's practice, man. All of the time. It's like when I draw. Oh, I wish I could draw like that. How did you get so good at drawing? Like practice. Like I wasn't good before. It was terrible. But like you draw enough lines and eventually they turn straight. You're not doing this. You're doing a straight line.
That's a metaphor for life.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, man. It's true though. Everything's practice all of the time.
Eventually go straight.
Oh, well, I'll pass.
All right. Jeremy, I it is true, man. It is practice. What I know now, I couldn't conceive of it when I was fresh in this thing. What I know now, what I've learned, I think that's the best part, man. You know, the one thing that I love about it, about you know, working on ourselves and in recovery is how far can I go? You know, what else can I do? What else can I learn? Like what else? You know, there's really no limit on what we can do, but you know, but to do something else.
Yeah.
It's enough.
You booed, you boo this man.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit this one. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but yeah, man, it's really no limitations. The only limitation is in my mind. You know,
Yes, man.
the only
a fact.
limitation I have is my mindset. What am I willing to do to change that? And then that's where the work comes in. You know what I mean? Like if I can dig into this thing just for, and it doesn't take, well, man, we've become people that don't want to put in the hard work because it's talking about feelings, it's talking about emotions, it's talking about character defects. Oh man, I don't like to do that. I'm not defective. I'm perfect.
My list is huge.
Yeah. Well, I'm freaking and sometimes I'm just living in that character defect, and I'm just like living in La Vida Loca and shit over here, and the Loca is me. You know what I mean? Like,
Ricky Martin's playing all the time.
living La Vida Loca. I don't know Bad Bunny, but I know Ricky. and you know, it's like, dude, but why not? What else you got going on? Are you waiting on the
like what else am I gonna do?
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah. The other thing is like when you're using and when you're high and all those things. Like I remember I was always chasing something. I don't know what it was, but I was chasing something all the time. And like now, I don't feel like I'm chasing anything. I always feel like I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be.
Ooh, that's good.
Just keep working on myself. You know what I mean? Like, and that's it. It's easy, right? I mean, it's not easy. It's fucking hard. But like I don't have to fucking spend my life chasing everything all the time, you know, or feeling like as long as I get to this point, I'll be okay. As long as I get this, I'm gonna be okay. Like I'm you know.
I'm still trying to learn that shit.
Yeah.
You know what the message
where
of
I'm
church was
supposed to
today?
be.
You know what the message of church was today? Pump the brakes.
Breaks.
Oh my!
Yeah.
Was it really?
It really was.
No.
Put it in
Bro,
park
what
for a
we're
second.
talking about right now tonight is what Caesar led on, and Andy literally made the analogy of pumping the brakes.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
We're right on time then, because I have not talked to Caesar. Okay.
So,
Full
wow.
clarification.
Full clarification. This is all automated systems now.
Yeah. But the message today was pump the brakes, you know, like listen to wise counsel. You know, wise counsel is what is wise counsel? My sponsor,
My sponsor.
my support group, people around me, you know, sometimes they come from the unknown source that you would never think. But if you're in the go mode, man, trying to get, you know, you might miss the message. Who knows?
Yeah.
You know, but that's what I got today at church. And I was like, okay, then. All right. Giggity. Nate.
Justin, do you want to read comments first?
Oh yeah, man. I forget. Sometimes I forget about this, man.
And then I'll take off.
I kind of let him build up and then I go, whoof. There it is. Let's see. We have we got Kate. What's up, Kate? Happy Sunday to you. We got Brittany Harrington. What up?
I love you.
She loves Katie only.
Yes.
Just to let y'all know. Okay?
Yes.
Oh,
Just to let y'all know.
all right. I wish I had friends.
All right. Denise says, what's up to Nate and Justin? That's wonderful. What's up, Denise? Thank you.
Yes.
She said hi to Katie and Jeremy first. Just put that out.
Oh,
my bad.
that's my friend.
Totally went past it. I don't even know what's going on with me, but I just want some recognition, you know? I need some outside influences to make me feel better. Okay?
Yes.
Say hello to me, people.
Great. Oh man.
Oh, we got Kevin Montgomery. What's up? And we got Rachel. I hope you're feeling better, my friend. I know you are. I hope you are.
Hey,
That's my
We need
sponsor.
you. We need you back.
Steve loves you, Rachel. All he does is talk about you.
Let's see, we have Diantha. What up, Diantha? And let's see. We have Rachel says, being a perfectly imperfect, never-ending work in progress is my favorite part of recovery. A spirit in a constant state of evolution. Ooh. That's right. The blow up, the glow up, something like that. We don't blow up anymore, but glow up. Definitely do that. Oh, what up, Aaron? Good to see you.
Oh, two Montgomerys.
Oh,
Yeah.
you.
We got Aaron and Kevin. All right, Nate.
Put
I'm all
this
done
one.
with the comments, bro.
Yeah, I just
Stretched out.
want to say what's up to James. I see he's watching too. My buddy James Murray. I love you, buddy.
Jay.
Yeah, he said something up here.
Yeah, he
Oh,
said,
Totally
James.
skipped.
there go Nate, y'all.
Yeah.
I was just kind of was seeing James come on and seeing, hearing Katie. She said 2 years and 5 months. I'm like, what?
Yep.
Already?
We old, bro.
Yeah.
Jeez Louise, that went quick.
Yeah. It did,
Uh,
but it didn't.
Yeah, I think this is a fantastic topic. I mean, it's really the key to life, right? It's real difficult to see. I don't know if it's difficult to see or just very difficult to traverse, like the idea that the problem that needs to be solved is within. It's in my mind, it's in my heart, it's in my spirit. It all has to do with me. And why that's difficult to see is because I have problems that are so piled up, they're astonishingly difficult to solve, right? I have so many external consequences that if that is remedied, if that can get fixed, then I'll be okay.
Mm.
And it's necessary, right? There's sentences that I had to complete. There's probation that I needed to check into and complete as well. There's restitution I had. There were external consequences that I needed to make right. And the irony is that, but the only possible conceivable way that I can ever begin to address anything externally, whether it's, the consequences, based from my own selfish decisions, whether it's, the relationships that I've completely burnt to the ground, this body that I've ruined, right? Didn't take care of. The list goes on and on and on, like all the, amends that just pile up after 2 decades of, active addiction and alcoholism. It's overwhelming, and to say the least, and it feels like that if that gets solved, if that problem gets solved, then it'll solve the problem, which is me, right? But it's the exact opposite. Says in literature I read, it says, when the spiritual malady is overcome, the physical and mental will soon follow. And that's a lot to sell to somebody, no, just get right with God, man. He's going to take care of it all. You're like, bitch, I don't want to go back to prison, man. I'm lonely. I would love to be in a relationship someday. I have no money. I have no license. I have no car. Right. But they're like, oh, God will solve that all. And you're talking to some guy that's completely indifferent and agnostic to the idea of God. Right. But what does seem appealing when I come in here completely pathetic, depressed, and just broken is that I see the light from within others just shining so bright. I see individuals that were completely beaten and broken, just like I was, completely transformed. It's part of the appeal was they have cars, they have nice relationships, they have jobs and careers and shit. I'm like, oh wow, that's what appeals to me when I come in here, because that shit is so foreign to me, and that's what I equate recovery to. But then I get to talking to them and I see their change, the way they talk, the way they move, the way they don't gossip, the way they're, you know, showing up for others and just kind and patient and tolerant and loving and all these things. And I'm like, whoa, what is this? Right? How do I get that? And, you know, the solution for me was, you know, surrendering to a God I did not understand or believe in. That was the first step. And you know, I have this spiritual experience when I'm in jail before I even touch a book or work a step. And all these miracles start to occur, and I get into treatment, and I get busy. I get busy doing this work. And what I discover is that how can I possibly ever begin to start working on myself if I am filled with darkness? I am filled with fears and insecurities and ego and pride and resentment and envy and jealousy. And I am racked with shame and regret of who I was, what I'd become, and what I did to others, right? I'm just terrified of facing people, of facing myself. And how can I ever do an inside job if all this shit is in the way inside, right? This program, the recovery journey is one of subtraction, not addition. So I need to start getting rid of this shit. And the only way I could do this shit is by taking an honest look at who and what I had become, what I had done, and tell another man, have somebody else bring it between me, God, and this other guy, and have him look at it and say, what is the common denominator in all this mess, right? And it's me, my dumbass, right? I'm the one. And and that revelation, understanding that all my seemingly tragic things that happened to me were of my own making. I put myself in a position to be harmed, you know. Granted, there are some things that occur to me, some gnarly traumas that I didn't ask for, you know, but if I wouldn't have been in the environment where those things occurred, they wouldn't never happen, perhaps. And it was that selfishness, those poor decisions that led me into that environment for shit like that to happen. And it's just, you know, unraveling and uncovering, you know, like everything that has led me to this point. And I am able to start subtracting and getting rid of this stuff. And I take responsibility and accountability for all these things that I blamed others for. And I discover that victims don't recover, right? And I'm the perpetual victim. And I'm able to start identifying, taking responsibility, and asking God to please remove, you know, these things inside me. And with a crazy willingness that wasn't my own. It didn't come from me. I was, you know, I was blessed with this willingness to just, because I was out of ideas. I was tired and exhausted of who and what I was. And in this process, there's space that gets cleared inside, right? I tell individuals I work with, both personally and professionally, all the time, that if I never give myself a space to recover in, how can I ever begin to look at these things? I can't ever start to experience any blessing, internal or external, if I am not sober, right? That's the first step. So, but I get sober and I create this space where I can start to take a deeper look. I have the time and space between that last high, so I can start to, you know, the cobwebs clear a little bit, and I can, you know, look within, and I can get quiet, you know, quiet without being haunted or terrified or full of fear and resentment. And I start to build, you know, I go and make shit right. I do these amends and, you know, more stuff subtracted. And then I start to give this gift back to others, and I improve my conscious contact with God. I take the suggestions, follow the instructions, and I get all the promises that they've been telling me that were available for the last 20 years. And I was talking to a friend tonight, and they asked, like, why this time? And I have no idea. I don't know why this time. Why not other times? And why when I was younger or now? But it was just that time. And I believe that everything I experienced was absolutely necessary. And that's another thing. That's the inside job, right? Is to take everything that haunted me, that terrified me, every bit of shame and guilt, all these narratives I attached to my history and my past, the very reason that perpetuated my alcoholism, because I needed to shut that shit down. Recovery gives it all purpose. It gives it all substance and meaning. I don't have to carry it like a weight anymore. I can use it as a tool to save some other poor bastard just like me. And then I'm finally free. Not free in the physical. I'm free from the bondage of self. I'm free from me, right? And where my entire life was ran on self-will, now I invite this power, this God that I don't understand, into my life. And what happens over the years, that relationship evolves and my mind becomes open. My heart becomes open. I start to see differently. I have a complete rearrangement of how I think, act, and feel. And I keep doing the work. I don't have that experience and just like, oh, okay, I'm good now.
Right.
And then the external blessings start to come, right? The businesses come, the money comes, the relationship comes, and that shit gets messy, because now I have all these responsibilities and all of these things, and I'm too busy to do the inside work. And when I'm too busy to do the inside work, the external stuff suffers. I lose that stuff. That stuff goes away, or I'm ill-equipped to handle or shoulder the responsibility of running a full-time business and doing another job at the same time. And it's a constant ebb and flow and discovery of like, where do I fit in this, life? How do I fit? What is the dance? And I'm learning the steps to this day. But it's always coming back and looking within, because it's easy for me to allow an external circumstance to define my worth. Why is that? Is because I lack self-worth. If I don't lack self-worth, if I'm utterly self-confident and God reliant, then I am made whole. My slate is clean. I don't need anybody to compliment me or to validate who I am as a man, as an individual in relation to God and others, right? But that's the work. I get into these relationships. I find I'm so codependent, and if that doesn't work out, then I'm a piece of shit, or I'm no good, and I'm not worthy, and all this stuff. And hey, say hi to Dad.
Hi, Dad.
Hey, Dad.
Hey, Dad.
Hold on. I'm on a show.
I know. Good. Hi.
I love you, Dad.
Love you.
Yeah,
That's
there it is.
Yeah.
Reflection of inside work. I get to have a relationship with my dad today.
yeah.
That's right.
An amends to my dad. And that's the stuff, though. That's the stuff. Like when I can be okay with who I am, and I don't let external circumstances, people, places, or things define who I am as an individual, then I know that I'm doing a good job inside. And when I am disturbed, I have to look at, why am I disturbed? It's typically not anybody else's fault but mine, right? And I feel, and I don't know if this is exclusive to addicts and alcoholics, but we're sensitive, we're sensitive. And I have this tendency to spin narratives and attach labels to whether things are good, bad, losses, sad, heartbreak, whatever that looks like, right? And can I just conceive for a minute, if I'm continuing to do the work, that this is just life, how it's unfolding, and can I not be so self-centered for one fucking second and not think that it's happening to me, but it's happening for me? Can I do that inside work when I can open up my mind enough to understand that everything that's happening is for a divine purpose and it's unfolding precisely, right? Can I even consider that? Because that's exactly what's happening, but I can't see it unless I'm tuned in, right? And this faith has to work in and through us unless or we'll perish, right? So for me, like the ultimate inside work is the removal of self and and filling that with God. And through that lens, I can start to look at and start to accept, life as is. And I can start offering myself grace that is already mine to begin with. I can start accepting forgiveness that has been mine if I wanted it. I can start, sharing the unconditional love I get from my creator with others without expectations or desired outcomes, but just because who I am. Right. And I can love freely, and I can give myself a fucking break for being human sometimes and feeling, like, my gratitude today. I had to be intentional. I said today I didn't want to be a human doing. I wanted to be a human being, right? Because I have this uncanny knack from running from one thing to the next to what? To run away from looking at myself. And I do it so subconsciously with the greatest intentions wrapped up in a bow, but I'm of service and I'm sponsoring and I'm working and this and that. But all I'm doing is running and not wanting to take a look at what's really going on inside. Yeah, I could go on. I've had a week, if you can tell.
Yeah.
Pump the
So,
Oh, this is great.
brakes. Pump the brakes.
pump the brakes. Yeah,
That's the message. Pump the brakes.
yeah. Slow down, right?
Yeah.
Slow down.
Just be.
It's easy for us as human beings, and I don't think it's just alcoholics or addicts, but and we're conditioned this way, busy, busy, busy. And what do? We don't spend time with our families. We don't spend time with our friends. We don't spend time looking at ourselves or working on ourselves or giving ourselves self-care. All we're doing is pouring and going and being. And it's like, and we don't have an opportunity to stop and listen to what's really going on inside. Right. And then when we do stop, we're on our fucking phones all day, or we're watching TV or we're getting lost in a show.
Yeah.
I'm so grateful that I'm in a position today where I can stop like I did today and just sit for a few hours and listen to music, read a book, yeah. But I would have never done any of this if I didn't do the work, if I didn't look at what was going on inside, and understanding that I'm just scratching the surface of a limitless load. And this what I find will pay dividends if I just continue to mine it and give it away.
Yeah.
Dividends. Yeah. Everybody invests in the stock market. We can flip the shit right now, right here. Just for real, man. The ROI, man, is the investment. What are we investing in? That's what I always look at. The return on investment. Well, if I'm putting no investment into myself, then I have no return. And I'm wondering why I run around here like a jackass.
Yeah.
And that happens to me all the time. I do it all the time, But man, it's that awareness piece, That's what's nice about it. And Jeremy, like you said earlier, man, we can't do it alone.
No.
I can't. I'm gonna stay a madman, running around like chicken with my head cut off, man. Like unless I have people in my corner, it's gonna call me out on my shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't.
And it's
get
never
people
personal.
Comfortable. Yeah.
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 It's never personal, man. That's the best part about it. And like what Nate was just talking about too. So this is kind of like step 5, 6, 7. So we get this list of defects. And I like how you said it's a subtraction program. Because the second I can be thorough and honest enough to actually have God remove these things from me, which isn't just defects, it's the good and bad. Make me empty. Make me completely empty in the right way. So now I can be receptive to everything as brand new. And if I'm receptive to everything as brand new, now I'm in a position where I can give it away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then going back to what Justin just said, like now there's going to be a return. because I have more to give away. I have more to be receptive of, and I don't know how much there is to mine out. I don't,
Yeah.
but it keeps showing itself. So why would I deny it again? Like, I'm convinced. I'm so convinced.
Nate, I love what you said earlier, man, that victims can't recover.
Yeah.
Victims, and that's why we say in our little thing, DBAB,
Don't be a bitch.
Bab?
don't be a bitch.
Yeah.
You know, there it is, the plug.
I got stickers.
Don't be a bitch, man. It literally is.
Yeah.
It literally is coming out of that victim. Because
Yeah.
most time I'm being a little bitch when I'm a victim, you know.
Me
I
too.
really can. I'm good at it. I'm a real good at being one.
Yeah.
So you know, that's something that we listen, it just works, you know, it just works. You know, as soon as I freaking get that mentality down, man, everything else will make sense.
Yeah.
Everything else makes sense, you know? It's crazy. It's crazy. But anyways, what
I used to have the worst victim mentality. Like everything was happening. Everything that was wrong with me was because of everything that's happened to me. You know what I mean? And like until I started, like, came in and started doing some step work, was the only way I got rid of that. You know, and like, and all the healing that's happened within our family since I came in recovery and he's been in recovery. You know what I mean? Like real healing. Like I remember I used to always say our family is just broken.
Mm.
the way it is, man.
And
It's
now,
the way I am.
yeah, I mean, you're not broken.
No. But dude, the mentality, you know.
But like I think that's my favorite gift of recovery is how much healing has taken place within our family, like with all of us, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I
Right.
remember. Sorry.
Go ahead, Justin. No.
I was saying I remember when you came in, and you know, it's something we talk about right now is that we're always looking for something to put a label on it, you know, of why we're broken. You know,
Ooh.
that's what we do. We put a label on something of why we're broken. We need an excuse of why we're the way we are. Instead of just actually digging in and doing the inside job, we want something to put a label on it. We want something to have excuse and say, this is the reason. This is the reason. Instead of just saying, I'm human.
Yeah.
I'm a fucking human being and I am flawed. I am flawed. And I need something outside of myself in order to make me better. But we're reaching for the wrong things.
Right.
We're reaching for the wrong things. So yeah, man. But I remember when you came in, it was the you know, the lupus and all the other stuff, you know, all the stuff. I was like, why don't you just see if your body's gonna heal itself? You know, like I remember when coming into this thing and I they wanted to put me on stuff, and I'm like, let me just see if I'm fucking myself up.
Yeah.
You know?
It's like nothing. I'm fine. Yeah. Healthy.
and it's fine.
Yeah.
Our bodies, our minds are powerful, and we can heal ourselves.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
we
man.
can heal it, man, but we have to do something good for it.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean work ourselves to death, and I'm guilty of that right there. I'm guilty of it, man. I do it. You know, I'm very indulging in the work aspect. You know, that's my go-to. That's my drug now. That's my, even if I don't make it, even if it's not making me money, it's a distraction. You know,
Mm.
what's the distraction? People, places, and things. So, all right, man. Well, if you guys have got nothing else, man, I think this has been a good podcast on a Sunday. It was storming outside just a minute ago.
Yeah, I
I'm
heard.
glad the freaking lights didn't fall out. Remember that happened to me before. But yeah, you know, if you guys are, I hope you guys got something out of this, and maybe it's something that we all, you know, I know for me, I need to pump the brakes and I need to start doing some work, and you know, I'm already putting some things in place that are allowing me to, you know, less distraction, more action, right? Less distraction, more action. And that's exactly where I'm at right now. And so from, you know, this week, I'm going to be working on some more, man. I'm going to be starting going towards what's going to give me healing and make me better, you know, instead of the things that are making me crazy, because I'm already crazy, you know.
Yeah.
I just need to do less distractions and it would be better, you know.
Yeah, and if
Be less crazy.
I can just add too, and I understand, like, I understand coming into, you know, when I first got sober this time, and when I first got sober this time, and believing that, like, there is a lot of catch up, man. I'm 20 something years. I gotta go, man. I got things to do. I got things to attain, and what I've discovered though is this recovery deal, God, spirituality, the steps, it defies gravity, right? Because in the sense that when I slow down and prioritize what's most important, which is my program and my relationship with God, it creates space and time. It attracts everything that because the more I chase something, the more elusive it becomes.
Yeah.
Right? When I slow down and sit still and really get into center and get connected, these things organically unfold right in front of me. And so I would encourage everybody that thinks that they don't have time to meditate, they don't have time to pray, they don't have time to go to that men's group or women's group, make time.
Yeah.
You know, make time and watch how it defies gravity and creates more blessings, more space for you to spend time with your family, your kids, and it improves the quality of time that you do spend with those you love, and the relationships become stronger in the process. So yeah, that's been my experience.
All right. Final thoughts.
That's wonderful.
All right, y'all. Man, I hope you guys have a great week. We'll see you next week right here on Hope Shop. Peace.
Thank you guys.